Hello everyone, my name is Christopher Allen, and I'm the founder and CEO of Brutus Monroe. I'm delighted to be here with you today to share with you our brand new 2023 spring release. So let's go ahead and get started. The very first stamp I have to share with you today is the 6x6 Fresh Flowers stamp set. This stamp set features beautiful florals, and it's going to be so fun to color. I do have here an already stamped out version for you so that you can see it actually stamped. So this is what it will look like whenever it is fully stamped out, and it is just absolutely stunning. This is BRU 2030 for the stamp set. And then we also have a coordinating die. So the coordinating die is a beautiful large die, and it will allow you to cut out your entire image. Now, if you would like, you could also go in and you could cut out all of the individual little flowers. You could pop them up. You could do so many really cool things with this stamp set. Now, I do, of course, have a couple of examples that I would like to share with you. The very first example that I have is by Angie. And you can see here that Angie took this beautiful stamp set and she actually cut it down. So she cut around the stamp and she popped it up in almost like a beveled kind of a look, and put some beautiful cardstock behind, and then used a Hello Friend stamp from another one of our stamps in this release. Then we have this stunning card that was created by Candy from our inspiration team, and you can see she did this beautiful ombre background, and all she simply did was stamp it and emboss it with white, and it's just stunning how that, without even coloring it, just doing that background, how beautifully that turned out. Then we have this beautiful card that is done by, I believe, Lisa Newman. And you can see how she watercolored, but she didn't actually watercolor each individual flower. She went in and she kind of did some loose watercoloring, which is my favorite way to watercolor. She went in, she added a little bit of color here, a little bit of color there. She added some color to the background, and I just think that this is absolutely stunning. Just beautiful. Then we have our final card by Lisa Newman, and she did this with Copics. And you can see that really shows the beauty of the size of this stamp. So this is pretty much the full stamp stamped onto this beautiful card. And you can see there are jewels that are there accentuated, accentuating the background. We have a little bit of glitter, and that's just absolutely beautiful. Again, this is the Fresh Flowers 6x6 stamp set, which is BRU 2030, and the coordinating dies are BRU 2214. You'll be able to purchase the stamp separately or the die separately, or of course, we will have a bundle available for you to purchase as well. I'm really loving being able to film this outside. It is beautiful here today in Pittsburgh, and this grass is just absolutely stunning. Okay, on to our next stamp set. Next up, I have the Smells Like Spring 6x8 stamp set. This stamp set features beautiful florals, and it is 27 pieces. We have different sentiments like With Caring Thoughts, Smell the Flowers, Gorgeous, Beautiful, I Love You, and Have a Lovely Day. Now, of course, this stamp set also has a coordinating die set, and the coordinating die set also has 27 pieces. We have ours already off of its backer and placed into our little sleeve here, but I'm going to show you what all of those different florals look like when they are cut out, and then of course I'm going to show you some samples. So you can see here we have so many different pieces, and we have leaves, and we have sentiments, and we have so many different items that you can utilize to create some different floral pieces. So it's really a create your own ending type of stamp. We have the I Love You. So many of you have asked for us to create some different stamp sets that have the coordinating dies that go with the actual stamps. With the actual sentiment stamps is what I was trying to say. And we now have all of those available. So let's go ahead and pull these away, and I can show you some of the projects that we have that were created with this actual stamp set. So what we have first is we have a beautiful card from Candy, and you can see she created this window. So she created a window and it says, "Have a lovely day." And that just works so well with the background that she created. And she utilized an embossing folder, and that embossing folder that she utilized makes it so simple and so easy to create some really, really great visual interest. You can see on this card here, just so much visual interest with that background. Then next up, we have a beautiful slimline card by Lisa Newman. You can see here that she used some Copic coloring and she created this scene in the background, and then used a very light stenciling, and then of course her signature jewels that she uses on there. This little bowl does not come with the stamp set, but she just created it very simply by just drawing a little bowl and then adding in the florals, and I just think that's so dynamic and so pretty. And then last but certainly not least, we have Angie's card. Now this one is absolutely a showstopper, and the reason I think it's a showstopper is because she used one of our existing die sets, and I'll have the die set name listed on the screen here, but this die that she used, she just flipped it over and she cut it off to create a little kind of a vase slash bowl to put all of the flowers in. And then this background, I believe, is actually an alcohol inked background. It should say here on the back, actually she used chroma mist to create that background. And isn't that just stunning? So again, this is the Smells Like Spring 6x8 stamp set, which is BRU 2054. And the Smells Like Spring coordinating dies are BRU 2238. Those stamps, as well as the dies, will be available separately, or you can also purchase them as a bundle. So the bundle will be available as well. Again, just such a beautiful, beautiful stamp set and die set available now. All right, up next we have the beautiful Wisteria 4x6 stamp set. This is BRU 2047, and this stamp set features this beautiful large wisteria branch and then a few sentiments. This is 7 pieces, and it has thinking of you, hello friend, sending hugs, wishing you sunny days, best buds forever, I love that, and let your light shine. Of course, we do have coordinating dies that also coordinate with this stamp set. The coordinating dies are also 7 pieces, so you do receive 1 for every item that is in there. And I do want to preface and say that their stamps will not come like this. They do come on a backer. Ours are just already ready to go for demos. Now, when you actually cut out all of the pieces, they will look like this. So you have your large wisteria branch that is cut out with the coordinating dies. And then again, we have Let Your Light Shine, Best Buds Forever, Sending Hugs, Wishing You Sunny Days, Hello Friend, and Thinking of You. So these are quite a few different pieces that you will be able to utilize with this wonderful stamp and die set. Again, as always, this will be available as a stamp and die combo or just stamps and dies separately. I do have a couple to show you here. This one was created by Angie. You can see it's just absolutely stunning the way that she created the background. I love that touch of purple foil. It's a matte foil in the background, and then she just added a couple of little bits of glitter on the background. Then we have this very simple one from Candy. So it looks like she actually used our Wisteria embossing powder to create this background, and then just put in the sending hugs with a couple little hearts. It's just a 1-layer card. Of course, she just added the dies on the top there. And then this one that I absolutely love by Miss Lisa Newman. You can see she utilized one of the stencils that we have from this release. Also, it looks like she sprinkled a little bit of our chroma mist in the background, and just the focal image is just so beautiful of that wisteria. So I'll place our 3 cards here so you can take a look at those examples. I think that they just turned out so beautifully, and I think you're really, really going to love this stamp set, and you'll love to add it to your stash of different stamps. Next up, we have the 6x8 Your Tweet stamp set. This stamp set features lots of fun little birds, a birdhouse, a branch, some nests, and some wonderful, wonderful different sentiments. There are 23 pieces, and the sentiments read, "Have a chirpy day, spring is in the air, your tweet, a little birdie told me, it's your birthday, and thanks for being you." Now, of course, there is a coordinating die set that does come along with this. It is for a separate purchase, and there are lots and lots of dies in this die set. I am going to show you what all of the pieces look like when they are die cut out. And you can see here, we have the little birdhouse, we have the birds. There are just so many cute little birds that you can utilize, as well as so many different sentiments that are able to be cut out with the die set. We have some little flowers, we have a little worm there, a little bit of grass. We do have a wonderful branch that you can use, some more little grass, some little clouds. Look at how sweet this little nest is that you can utilize, and you can put, of course, the little eggs right inside of that nest if you so wish. We have some more birds. There are lots of birds on this stamp set, and then of course some additional little sentiments that you can use as well. So let's pull all of these off to the side, and let's go ahead and take a look at the actual samples that we have for this. So first, from Angie, we have, look at how stunning this card is. So she utilized the florals, she utilized the branch, and she put a little bow and just a beautiful frame in the background. And look at that little cardinal. I just love that. Then we have this card that was created by Jessica, and you can see she actually utilized another stamp set that I'm going to be showing you next, and she used with that, of course, the grass at the bottom. She's trying to get that little worm that crawled into the birdhouse. I just love that. And then last but not least, from Lisa Newman, we have a big, bold, beautiful, beautiful this is a slimline card, and you can see we have the little birds and the grass, and then of course the birdhouse in the background. And then she did, you know, some one layer stamping, but she did some beautiful, beautiful coloring. So again, these are the stamps, excuse me, the card designs for this Your Tweet 6x8 stamp set. For our final stamp and die combo, we have this beautiful birdhouses stamp set. This stamp set features big, bold birdhouses that you can utilize on all sorts of different projects. It includes 2 perches, as well as some wonderful sentiments like "Your only limit is you," "Home Tweet Home," "From our nest to yours," "Have an amazing day," and "Hello, hello, hello," which is perfect for a couple of birds that are in the birdhouse. Now, of course, there is also a coordinating die set. The coordinating die set is BRU2252, and it comes with 9 pieces as well. I'm just going to show you 2 of the larger dies that will come with your die set, and they will cut out the birdhouses as well as all of the sentiments. And here are what they look like cut out here. I think that there are so many incredible different things that you'll be able to create with this birdhouse stamp set. Again, we have things like "From our nest to yours," "Hello, hello, hello." We have "Your only limit is you," "Home Tweet Home," and "Have an amazing day." These are just going to be incredible, and I think they're going to work out really, really well. Even if you just utilize this as just a simple background and put some different florals with it, there are so many things that you can do with this particular stamp set. Now, on to some of our samples that we have. I think it might be Gina. There's no information on the, oh, yep, Gina. It's right here. So she used some paper piecing, and she did some paper piecing, and I think this is great. And then the "Have an amazing day," and then she used our beautiful, this is our spring die set, Spring Flowers, I believe is the name of it, but I will make sure that we have that linked for you to grab as well, and then I'll place it on the screen here so you know which one that is. And then she used one of our cover plates in the background. I'm not sure if you can see the cover plate. Yes, there you go. There, it's just so cool. Then we have this one from Candy, and I love this. I think this is so creative. So she used also one of our cover plates. I'm hoping that it's going to be hard because it's white, but you can see that in the background there. But what she did was she created a card that when you open it, the actual nest, the birdhouse is actually cut out of that. Isn't that so cool? I just think that's so creative, and I just think it's so smart. So you can just open this up, and then of course you have kind of like a little window card. Then we have from Angie, we have this super creative card. Look at the bird flying into the birdhouse. And then of course she just tied a little bit up there at the top. It says, have an amazing day. And she actually utilized a actual panel from one of our, it's a birthday box card panel. It's BRU 8040, and she foiled it. And look at how gorgeous. I hope you can see the foiling. Yep, there you go, in the background. And then last but not least, this absolutely stunning card that was created by our very own Shannon Smith. She is the director of our inspiration team, so I would expect nothing less than spectacular. And you can see here, she used that beautiful birdhouse, and then look at these florals that she used from the Smells Like Spring 6x8 stamp set. She also used a cover plate in the background, as well as a stencil in the background as well. And it's just, oh my goodness, it just turned out so beautifully. So these are the card samples that I have for this particular stamp and die combo, and I just think that they turned out so great, and I absolutely love them. Okay, next I have the beautiful cover plate that is called Garden Trellis. So there will be some samples coming up very soon for this, but as you can see, you receive this beautiful, very large trellis background, as well as multiple vines, florals, all sorts of different pieces to decorate that trellis in the background. And I have cut out here for you, just so you can see the scale of the trellis. Look at how beautifully that cuts out. So this would be your background, and then as a garden trellis would be, you would add all of your florals to the background, and it would just be absolutely beautiful. Again, this is the Garden Trellis A2 cover plate die, and it is BRU 2382. All right, next up we have this beautiful cover plate die. This is what we call our piercing dies, and this is the Flowers A2 piercing die. This is BRU 2061. I do not have any samples to show you of this today, but I do have a cut sample to show you, and we will have lots of samples on the website for release. And I generally will cut these out of our foil cardstock. Hello, you can see me there. So this is what it looks like when it's cut out. So it doesn't actually cut around. It just pierces the actual paper. And you can see there are some really nice holes that this one pierces through. And you can see here that there isn't an actual cut line around it. So it will create just this absolutely beautiful background. Okay, next I have the Vines A2 piercing die. This one is BRU 2177. Again, for this one, I don't have a ton of samples. I did show you a sample earlier where it was used in the background, but there will be lots of samples very soon. And you can see here that it just pierces beautifully. It just looks so spectacular. It is just these amazing vines that you can use in the background, and it really creates that aha moment of how did they create that background. Again, this one does not have a cutting line around the outside. It is just the piercing that is in the center here. Okay, now we have our beautiful stencils that are launching in this collection. First, we have the Flowering Vine stencil. This is BRU 2122, and as you can see, it is just absolutely beautiful how the florals kind of vine up around the sides. This is a 5.75 by 5.75 stencil, and again, it is BRU 2122, and it's available now. Next, we have the Leaf Up Close stencil. Now, this stencil is beautiful because it has this striation of different leaf-looking backgrounds as well as trees, branches. Really, this could be utilized for so many different things. And again, this is BRU 2139 Leaf Up Close. Last but certainly not least, we have our Sweet Spring stencil. This stencil again is 5.75 by 5.75. It is BRU 2146, and as you can see, it has beautiful florals, it has some polka dots in the background, as well as some beautiful butterflies. You could use this background individually or as one full background, and I can't wait to see all of the incredible things that are created with this stencil. Okay, last but certainly not least, in this collection, we have two beautiful paper pads. The very first paper pad that we have is called Springtime. It is a 6x6 paper pad, and it is BRU 1903. With the Springtime paper pad, this one is a little bit more whimsical. It has a lot of really, really great fun and exciting patterns in it. It does have 12 patterns, 2 of each, 24 sheets, and it is double-sided. You can see here on the screen how beautiful, whimsical, and bright all of these really, really cool different patterns are. For our final product for our Spring 2023 release, it is our Spring Flowers 6x6 paper pad. This is BRU 1910. It is a beautiful, beautiful paper pad, pastel. It's just absolutely stunning. Again, it does have 12 patterns, 2 of each, so 24 sheets, and they are double-sided. You'll notice with this paper pad that it is much more pastel and muted and much more elegant. So we wanted to bring you 2 different paper pads for this collection. One that was a little bit more bold and vibrant, and one that was a little more muted and pastel. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and taking a look at all of these incredible spring products. I can't wait to see what you create with all of them, and I think you're going to have a lot of fun. There's quite the variety in this spring release, and I think we have a little bit of something for everyone. Remember to create something every single day, whether that's a beautiful spring card for someone you love or your own ending. I appreciate you all very much, and thank you for tuning in and hanging out with me today. I will see you very soon. Goodbye, my friends.